everybody. Why am I so cheery? I don't know why I'm so cheery. I feel a mess, but I guess I'm cheery because hoping you'll see my big boy Jack out. My cat's behind me, and I can't see my cat, but I can see Jack, of course. Okay, I'll let you chill around me neck, dude. Alright? Are we okay? He wants to go play. As I say, when it comes to my snakes, they all want to go play. But I got asked to do, I'll try and keep Jack with me, guys. Like, it's not easy when you've got a big snake that just wants to go and play and do his thing. And personally, I don't really blame him for wanting to go play and do his thing, as long as he leaves the cat alone, which he will. Like, he's not going to eat the cat, he's not going to attack the cat. That doesn't mean I'm going to be complacent and not watch that he might be harassing the cat. I might have to lift this camera up so you can kind of follow him a little bit, eh? There he is. I don't know how much of this convo I'm going to be able to keep in place at the moment, guys. Whoa! Who's strong-willed, strong in muscle as well. Okay, I got you this way. Mwah, I love you. I do love you all. I miss Jack not really being overly wanting to come out, which leads me to the winter, cooler weather, guys. Summer, they know it's summer. They're energetic, even though he is now. You know, too, as you can see, he wants to climb on my head with his big buff heavy body that he has. He could get me in a shoulder lock very, very easily. Anyway, winter temperatures for pythons. What's that all about? No, it's automatically at night dropping. And if you have enclosures that, of course, over summer it's so easy to maintain heat for your snakes because the outside temperatures are really maintaining a lot of it anyway, and you'll find a lot of the time your lamps or your panels or whatever have turned off because they should have a thermostat, unless of course you are using a heat pad that, say, Carla from One Soft Kiss uses, which doesn't require thermostats. Left on the lower temperature, they're perfect temps for your snakes, pythons anyway. So, but for me, I don't have those currently. I will certainly be investing, though I do like my heat panels. But over winter, especially say in Jack's and Jessie's, they won't maintain the heat in the lower levels, so I have heat mats there where this is where I'll be switching over to get heat pads in place of the heat mats, and then I can do away with the thermostats. Sorry mate, but I really want you to kind of hang with me, and I promise Jack's due for a feed today, so I'll probably give you a quick clip of him having his meal with this video. But I know a lot of people do lower temps and cool their snakes down over at this time of the year. I am by no means somebody to tell you how to do that, because I do not do it myself. I have never done it, and I don't plan on doing it with my snakes. I will allow the temperatures within their enclosures to drop within winter weather all by itself. But I would never ever allow the heating. This is fun. This is a workout. I don't need to go to the gym. And that's what it feels like. You could give me carpet burn under my armpit. That much I know. Go back this way, dude. I know. Sorry, guys. Like, when your big coastal carpet python decides that he wants to go one way, honestly, he wants to go that way. And that's all there is to it. I'm letting him go down a little bit. Are you right? Honestly. Anybody think you were worn out? You've only been out for a minute, huffing and puffing to get away. Well, not get away, because that's not the appropriate word. It is to go and do what Jack wants to do. Really. Hey, big boy. Who's Mum's big boy? Inhale, exhale. I just want to have a little bit of smoochies at the moment. Okay, sorry guys. So, cooling down. It is going to naturally get cooler in winter, even within their enclosures with the heat going. And yes, you've got to be mindful because you have to keep your eye on it. And you can't up your temperatures because they're already where they should be. In actual fact, you'll see them dropping a little bit. But that's okay too. There's no need to panic with that. If it's only dropping by a couple of degrees, yeah, no big deal. Snakes are very much used to the fact that temperatures will drop over winter. But if you are cooling them down to brumate them, that's a specialty area, and that has to be done properly. And you have to make sure that your snake has been fed, totally empties out their system of any waste that is in there, and slowly, very slowly, over a period of weeks, you can drop those temperatures. Now, I'm not even going to tell you what they are, because I don't know. There you go. See, I told you I don't know everything. I've never, ever done it. I don't feel the need. If you were a breeder and you had 150 snakes in your care, and it gave you the opportunity to take a break, both financially and the workload, it's under the pillow. Yeah, I guess that you would do that, but I just do not have the need to do it with my snakes. I always say the same, well, I don't, I guess, but if your snake, the temperatures are too hot or get too hot and are consistently hot, your snake is more likely to die from heat than it will from getting cold. So they always say, so long as that cool end never drops below 20, your snake is pretty okay at those temps, but not all the time, of course. For me, variation is, say for Jack, his warm end is around the 29, and his cooler side right now is 27. And looking, he's got like 30 and 27. which is fine, that few degrees. Now, if you're going to have for me, if I'm going to have an exceptionally cold night, and I keep my eye on the temperatures, if it's going to drop down to, very rarely does it do this, but for example, if it drops down to 9 degrees and I know it's going to get to that, I put my inside heater on. And I have that running at around 26. So it's sustained either way. I can either heat this whole area, or I rely on the heating in their enclosure. But if it's going to get cold, I know sometimes the heating in the enclosures, I'm just watching where Jack's going, you know, he's taken off. I'll go get him, guys. You're alright, dude. It's not like it's hot in here. It's actually, while I'm looking at temperatures, guys, it is, well, I guess 28 wouldn't be considered cool. And I do have the fan going at the moment. He says, gosh, I just made it all the way over there. Now just remember, you're hearing him huff and puff. But just remember, he's a pretty heavy-bodied snake. So he needs to make a lot of noise breathing when he's moving around and exercising. So I may not have really done a brilliant job on talking about winter temps for snakes. All I know is I'm very mindful of them, and I do watch the temperatures over the winter. I'll just try and point you down where he's going to go. Somewhere. There you are, dude. Hey? So yeah, I think it is, you know, up to you to be vigilant and to watch your temperatures. And speaking of it, you know, I tell you, we were going to have the lowest temperature that we had in a long time, and it was going to be dropping to as low as 9 overnight, which is the lowest I've known it to be in forever here in Queensland. And pretty much, okay, it's going to drop to 9. The house was already really warm, actually, because the day had been not really cold. So I wasn't too worried about having the heater going or whatever that particular night. And, you know, I do get up a couple of times and check my snakes during the night to just make sure they're all okay. And at 3 o'clock I came out, and first of all, what I noticed was Maya's heat lamp wasn't going, and neither was Amaya's. And when I came over for Amaya, her bulb had actually blown. And checking her temps, it was down to like 22. So I replaced the bulb. Always have spare heat bulbs in your home. And oh, there he is. I don't know if you can see him. Oh, he's having a bit of a rest. You resting, dude? Yep, he's taking a bit of a break. But basically, that my phone isn't. I'll be back. Short and sweet. I've forgotten where I was at. Amaya's light bulb. Keep spare bulbs, heat lamps, whatever they are. But Maya's wasn't actually her bulb. It was the lamp dome thing itself. And no, I didn't have a spare one of those laying around. So I was quite panicked, really, because it was cold. I have a spare heat mat and thermostat available. When it's 3 o'clock in the morning, my brain is just going, what do I do for Maya? Because it's going to drop, and it's probably 9 now, and her temps were dropped down to 21, and that is way too cold, especially for Maya right now, who has a bit of a cold herself. Much better now. So basically I had a cage that you would use inside to cover a heat lamp. So I got that, and I had a lead, one of the proper reptile leads to put the bulb into, and I covered that cage with foil and hung the lead in with the bulb in it, connected it to the thermostat and set it on top of her enclosure. So it was makeshift, but she had heat. It may not have been as efficient, but it was better than, actually I think I've still got it set up. So you'll just see what I did to do makeshift in an emergency, when you thinking, what am I going, and it's actually still got the lead in it, guys, but it was for me just important to get some heat going. I didn't care what, how, when or why. She needed heat. So this is pretty much, what I rigged up, and of course you can see that, oh no you can't, but the bulb is still in there, and I've kind of used string to hold it there, and I didn't care. 3 o'clock in the morning, here's some heat, sweetie, keep warm until tomorrow. And I've gone and got her another dome for her enclosure, but that one I'm actually going to be putting a UV bulb into, and that will be going into Sears today. Okay, I say today. I've been saying today for 3 days, I think now, people, but I will get there. So anyway, yeah, Jack is going up top here. I thought my Lily might be out today, but no signs of her. But he's just gonna cruise up here for a little while. His rat is almost ready for him, so I'll let him have a little bit of a move around before I actually put him back home and give him a feed, which he'll enjoy and won't be so annoyed at me for him going back home if he gets a rat to eat. Reward. If you go home and be good, you'll get a rat today. He get one anyway. So guys, like I said, I don't know if that's helped you with temps or not, but just remember, do you know that over the winter, and getting your snakes out full stop with you to have time with them in your lounge, it's a pretty good idea to warm it up. It can get quite nippy in here, and when you have a snake like Lily, who is quite happy to come out with you at 5:30 in the mornings, well, okay, no going to the toilet. I do not want you going to the toilet. Thank you very much. I think I disturbed him going to the toilet. I'm going to turn off because I'm going to very quickly take Jack out onto the grass and let him go to the toilet. So guys, take care of yourself, take care of your family, take care of your snakes, your dogs, your cats. Your cats. Hey, you didn't even budge. I'm sure Jack came and gave you a bit of a smooch. Okay guys, ciao.